Hey everybody, this is FirePitChilling. My name is Gucci, and I am the idiot of the group. Right here we got a special guest, so we're going to go ahead and introduce him first. Julian!
Hey, Julian.
Is this who I'm talking to?
Yeah.
Okay. How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Julian! Alright, one of the founding members of FirePitChilling.
This is
Now,
my third episode.
alright, we got Joey over here.
What up, dudes?
We got Jeff.
Hey.
And we got Ernie. So, all right. Thank you for that warm sup. So, today we got work stories. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about jobs that we've had, jobs that we have, if that applies, and just what we like about it or what we don't. So I'll go first because it's just simple. I'm unemployed, but I have held a job at a pizza place. And I delivered the pizzas. So any questions?
Well, then tell us about it.
Any questions, class?
So it was a good gig. I made some decent money, and I really liked kind of just being out and about. Looking into people's houses.
That's a little.
No, it was just most people were cool. There was a lot of people that were like, "How come you weren't here 10 minutes ago?" And I'm like, "Well, it takes 7 minutes to make a goddamn piece of shit pizza."
Right, easy there.
And I'm not gonna be here in 3 minutes. And I'm a lousy parker, so I would park like miles away.
You want to just double park?
I would double park actually, but I didn't want to put that.
That literally means you can do anything.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, well, then I was ahead of the game because that's what I was doing. I was parking on red.
I would just double
Don't say you're
park.
ahead of the game because people have been doing that.
Okay, well, I was playing the game.
Yeah, there you go.
I was playing the game, playing the hazards, and yeah.
Would you go back?
Would I go back? Yes.
And better question, why'd you leave? Because you said it was a sweet gig.
It was a sweet gig,
Helping
but
him out. Helping him out. Hard-hitting questions.
No, dude. Yeah, seriously.
Helping him out.
tell me. I left because there's a lot of people there that have worked over 15 years, and I kind of just looked at that and I was like, it's a nice gig, but that's gonna be like a good chunk of time. Like, like that's scary.
You just couldn't see yourself doing that.
That's scary to think. Yeah, I couldn't.
I respect that. Yeah.
I couldn't put up with that because there's just that aspect too of like, you know, you have to say sorry for shit that wasn't your fault. You have to bend over backwards, and I couldn't do that for 15 years. I was there for about like 5 months, and I don't know. To me, I felt like that was enough time for me to say, all right, I don't want to have to do another job like this. I want to go on and do comedy full time and just be happy for the rest of my life.
Fair enough.
So we're gonna go with the boy Joey.
Hey guys.
Go ahead and tell us about your jobs.
So currently, I'm working 2 jobs, both at the school I go to.
I thought you had like 8.
I used to. Honestly, it's bad. Yeah, it used to be 5. Currently, I work in an office on campus.
Shout-outs. Who got you that job, by the way, Joe?
Shout out to Jeff who got me.
That job. I was going to get to that.
Shout out to Jeff for giving me that interview like 2 years ago.
And shout out to Julian
Shout out to
for getting me the
Julian
interview.
like 3 years ago. That job's super easy. No real complaints about that one. And then I work at a rock wall inside our gym at campus too, which is super fun, super cool.
I've been there twice.
Been there twice, so you have climbed before. So is Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. But you know what? What about my jobs though? Is I am so surprised on how much common sense college students don't have. It baffles me. So for example, at the office, they bring in certain forms, and on the forms it tells you what they need and where to bring it, and they come up and they ask me, it's like, where do I bring this? And I'm like, well, if you look on the form, it says bring this to this, and they're like, oh, I didn't see that. I'm like, oh wow, yeah.
You didn't read it?
Yeah, it's like you didn't. Or they didn't fill out something. He's like, well, I didn't know if I had to fill that out. I'm like, well, if it's asking for it, you usually have to. You usually have to do it.
They bring their parents
Oh God, I'm like, really, guys? It's,
that's what I do. I bring my dad everywhere.
Oh, this is awkward. And then this is the worst one though. So I was working at the Rockwall, and we have a section where you can use ropes and a harness, and like where it's safety, and then there's a bouldering section where you can do it without a harness. And that only goes up 10 feet. The ropes one goes up like 40 feet. But so this one dude climbs on top of the bouldering area. And there's like a roofed area to it just for like maintenance work, basically. You're not supposed to go up there. But then the dude decided to go up even higher, up to like about 35, 40 feet high. And he was just up there, and I was like just scouting it out. And one of my friends had called to me. He's like, hey, there's someone up there. I'm like, what? And I look up, and this dude's just chilling up there. Didn't think he did anything wrong. And so we had to perform a rescue and get him down safely. And then he comes down, he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be up there. Well, he's not tied to anything. He could literally fall off and die. And he's just like, oh, I didn't think I was supposed to be up there. Baffles me. I'm just like, really?
It's not even a little bit surprising.
It's like
you know what's going to happen.
You couldn't think, oh, maybe I shouldn't be up here this high without any protection or letting anyone know.
Does that annoy you?
It does. I'm like, really? Like, I'm here for a reason.
Yeah.
Ask me for help first instead of just doing something. But
How did he get up there, like, with no one there? Like,
there's like blind spots on our wall where like you can like if one person's like not looking at the right angle, they can kind of like sneak around and get on top of it, which is basically what he did. Not purposely, he didn't use the blind spots to do it like on purpose. He was just being extra about it. Yeah, he's being sneaky. But like other than that, like I like my jobs now. I want something different in the future. Obviously, these are kind of just placeholders until I finish college and get a career. But
kind of like the Rockwall, where you say grip that rock, right? That fancy rock, the one that looks like a penis. You know, hold on to it tightly.
I don't think I've ever told you the one that looks like a penis per se.
Really?
But yeah,
I think I know Gucci's job.
Yeah.
What do you want to do after you finish college?
That's what I was.
I mean, after I finish college, I'm hopefully going to get a career being a construction manager for a company, being on sites, on work jobs and stuff like that, and like basically patrolling and make sure everything's being done correctly and everything like that.
Not holding a penis.
Not holding a penis. I don't know where that came from.
And not answering phones.
And not answering phones and delivering mail. And being
getting
the
groceries
and being
out of
the,
the car.
and being the grocery out of the car every Monday. Bring a cart for one bag of groceries. Never do it anymore. But that's my experience as a job. I mean, yeah.
That's part of your experience.
Part of my experience.
'Cause you
I've
actually have more.
held jobs before that, but you know, as my jobs right now, you know, I want to make sure everyone talks.
Oh yeah, I'm saying yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, 8 minutes into the podcast, we're going to get to the third person, Jeff.
Cool. Okay, well, I don't know if that was shade. So, I also had the same job as Joey before. Was like a year ago now, a couple years ago. Working on campus in the office. That was just like he described it. It was just placeholder, man. I just sat there, answered phones, did my homework all semester. It was actually a really good job for how little I did and like the fact that I got paid for it. I just literally sat there and studied all semester. Got a little annoying, like you said, with the forms and students not knowing how to read. Got annoying.
God.
And having to do these very trivial tasks like getting groceries out of my boss's car or cutting a freaking pineapple.
Oh yeah, I
used to
did
get so
that
annoyed
too.
at that, yeah. She's like, "Can you cut a pineapple?" I'm like, "No, but I'll do it."
Yeah, she asked me, "Do you know how?" I was like, "No," and she's like, "Can you just Google it?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's what she said. She's like, "Okay, well, can you figure it out?" I was like, "Sure, just give it here." So yeah, that job, I did like it honestly because it was easy. But man, I hated going into work at like let's say 8 o'clock or even 12 o'clock when there's sun outside, and then coming out at 5 when the sun's down. I hated that because it meant the day was wasted for me. Like a full day of sunlight, so much that I could be doing outside was stuck inside. So I knew like I had to be outside. I hated it. I love being outside and doing stuff. So currently I work at an animal sanctuary as a biologist, and I love this job. Love that job because I get to teach, constantly teaching and taking care of these really cool animals and going out to school assemblies and things like that. And I love it. Like, I look forward to going to work every day. I look forward during my shifts I definitely look forward to the days off because it's exhausting, but I have so much fun, and I have like the best coworkers, and everyone's tight, and it's a lot of fun. As much fun as it is, I know, and this is what really stings the most, is that I know it's a placeholder. Like, I know this is a perfect job for just graduating college. I know it's a perfect job for getting your feet wet, but I know I can't do it forever.
So then what are you looking to do after?
I graduated with, is this gonna interrupt it? So I graduated with my degree in ecology and evolutionary biology, and I want to go back to grad school. So I got my undergrad, and I want to go to grad school eventually to do more field experience. Because, like I said, I love being outside. I love going in the field. I love learning new things and figuring things out. So at the moment, all I got is grad school.
All right.
And then the next step would be, I'm not entirely sure. I love teaching. I love working with animals. Something like that. I love researching. I love being in the field.
So working at a zoo?
Even then, I have no idea. I feel like a museum, honestly. And I'm just going to do, like, ideally, I love it in SoCal. I love everything here. But ideally, the coolest place I've ever been to, and you guys know this because you saw my face light up, was the California Academy of Sciences in the Bay Area. That was the coolest place I've ever been to. And
that's true. He nerded out a lot.
All freaking day. We were there all day. But you guys can vouch because you guys were there. And it was cool, right?
It was pretty cool, yeah.
For not being a science nerd, you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
And I fell in love. That was the coolest place ever, man. So if I could pin like a future career or some magical dream job, I would definitely say Cal Academy as being an educator / researcher, so I could not only educate the youth, but also go out and educate myself and learn new things.
Cool.
So there's my rant.
Yeah.
Wait, but so from an office to animal sanctuary, that's a pretty big jump.
Very big.
How'd that happen?
So I kind of went through all the steps at this center. First, I know what you're looking for. So
I honestly totally forgot about that.
so
I literally forgot.
First, and I gotta give major shout outs to Julian and Lindsay and to my dad, because my dad did it too. My dad's like, there's this sanctuary right around the corner from your house. And then Jules was like, dude, there's this sanctuary, we visited it, I put your name in for the volunteer application. So then I went to visit.
You didn't ask him.
Yeah, he didn't ask. He just put my name down for the email. Then I got an email saying you want to volunteer. So I went to visit. Then I volunteered. Then I interned there, and I made connections. And then they said when you graduate, just come on back. And then here I am. So thanks, Jules.
So Jules got you 2 jobs, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he got me a job that I enjoyed and a job that I really freaking enjoy. I love it. So
I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
Use your connection to the museum, is what you're saying.
honestly, yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't even know I was saying
Soon
that.
enough, soon enough.
Get me to the Cal Academy.
I'll try. I'll do my best.
Let's move on to Jamin.
Alright, so I've had a lot of odd jobs before what I'm doing now, but so I'm not gonna even talk about that. But right now, I'm actually working as a police officer. It's something I've been working to and just towards for a long time now, and I'm finally there. It's a lot of hard work. It's really different than anything I thought it would be. What the hell's happening right now?
Nothing.
Life.
Nothing. Yeah.
God, I don't even know really where to start with this job because it's kind of all over the place.
Why don't you start to how long it took? Because that's pretty big.
That's
Okay,
true.
how long it took? Well, so just the application process was insane. Like, I got another job. I was working where you'll find out Ernie works for a little while.
Spoilers.
Sorry. In the meantime, just because it took so long. And it's just a big interview process and selection process. And then after all that, you go through a 6-month academy. And once you make it through that, then you're on the streets.
And you're thrown out there. You're just bang. Let's go.
Yeah, you really
Let's
are.
start.
I mean, the academy teaches you a lot, but it doesn't teach you nearly as much as you need to know going out. It's a lot.
Sounds like
of
college.
job training. Yeah, it honestly does sound like college. I honestly don't even really know where to go with this. Like, you guys are probably gonna have to ask me questions because it's just everywhere right now. I mean, I like being outside and talking to people, but you also deal with some pretty crappy people too. So I mean,
And you
But-
see a lot of.
See a lot of stuff.
yeah, you do see a lot of stuff. You see some pretty cool things, nice things. That's one thing. I've never had a job where some people are just so excited to see you and want to hang out and say hi to you. But also on the other side, you have people who absolutely despise you. and they have no idea who you are. I've never said a word to them. They absolutely hate your
They just
guts.
hate you because you're a cop.
Yeah, it's weird. You feel like you're going out. Like every time I go out with a uniform, I feel like I have like the
target
biggest
on your back,
target
yeah.
on my back, front, everywhere.
But I think this must more due to what's going on nowadays in like
Yeah,
the world.
I agree. I agree.
But-
Everyone keeps asking me why did I become a cop, and I was like, honestly, I don't really know. I didn't know what I wanted to do after college. I technically
You
did know.
had an idea.
I had an idea. I wanted
Yes,
to
you did.
teach.
Yeah.
That didn't really work out, and then I was like, okay, I can do this too, and it's been good.
But I was gonna say you like it.
I love it. I honestly love it. There are days I hate it, but there are days I love it, and it's just more about because right now I'm in this probationary period. I'm basically in this 1 year period of just getting shit on, which is just how it goes for everyone.
What do you mean
Police
getting
department.
shit on?
Like I mean, we're called boots. We're just like the bottom of the barrel.
Oh, okay.
We're, like
Boots.
give all the busy work to him, make him or her do this
Oh,
and that. You know, you're
damn.
just
It's
that
almost like
person.
getting hazed.
Yeah, but we don't say that.
Yeah,
'cause that's
Jeff.
Not what
That's
we
a.
do
That's what
where
it
I
sounds
work.
like to me.
So
Calling it like it is.
yeah.
It's just exactly what it sounded like.
But it's just something you gotta stick it through because it's not the job. This probationary period is just you busting your ass and just keeping your head down. After this year's up, I can kind of breathe a little more, and I'm looking forward to that a lot.
So after, are you? So no, what I'm saying. So are you gonna try getting a promotion, like being more than just a police officer? Like,
Absolutely. That's the cool thing about, I think, police work in general is you can move around a lot. Right now I'm considered a phase 1 police officer, so after that I'll be a phase 2, or no, a
after the
P2,
probation?
a P2, a police officer 2, I mean. And from there you can go on to specialized units, you can promote up to like P3, sergeants, and all that stuff. I mean, that's years down
Yeah.
the line. I just want to be a good street cop. And
Okay.
Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
I know. You want me to work where again? Glendale?
Glendale, so you can be a GCPD.
That'd be cool.
Gotham City.
But yeah, so that's all I'm doing right now. That's literally consuming my life. That's why
Could I-
remember third episode.
Yeah, seriously. That's why this
Yeah.
dude's always busy. But just like you kind of threw it at me, office to biologist.
Yeah.
You wanted to be a teacher for high school to police officer? How about you explain that?
Yeah. So really, it came about because I was in the process of teaching, but or trying to get into teaching, but it just kind of fell through. I really wanted it, but I started to see more behind the curtains of teaching, and it didn't seem like it was for me anymore. And so I started talking to my dad and other people, and law enforcement seemed like a pretty cool gig. I have a degree in sociology, and a lot of my other classmates actually went off to do law enforcement. So I looked into it.
Okay.
I applied, and
Here
they
you
gave
are.
me a call really quick, and they paid pretty well, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
True.
You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people right now don't like cops. You said that earlier.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with that, like while you're on duty?
That stigma.
Honestly,
Do you just like
have
ignore it?
You just gotta let it roll off. I mean, sometimes you can try to talk to people and be like, that's not what we're about. What you see is very like isolated incidents or things like that. This might be getting a little too political, but I don't know. But other times,
Episode 3. Hey.
it's just not worth it. Because other times people just want to fight you, like maybe not physically, but they just want to get into
An
They
argument.
just want to get into an argument. If you're there trying to help them, you're responding to a call, and they're just mouthing off like the police do this and that. You're not helping me. You're actually putting me down. Like they can believe whatever they want to believe. I can't do anything about that, but
So
I'll do my best to help them.
like, what would you say to the people that hate cops, like,
That hate cops. I would say that.
or are afraid of cops?
I would say just think for a second that this person behind that badge is just a totally normal person. They're in a position of power, yes, but as soon as they take that uniform off, they are just like you.
Recording a podcast.
They're just some dude who records podcasts with their friends, who goes to the grocery store, who goes just
Who plays
lives their
video
life.
games.
Or a woman.
Or a woman, yes, sorry, thank you. And they're just a normal person. So, at the end of the day, if you can just detach those two images, there's a police officer here, and then just a regular person on the other side. I think you'll be fine. So,
Can I just say one thing too? Because like what Ernie said was, how people hate cops and things like that. Cause yeah, and I like your response. Cause I do the same thing when people find out like, oh, how could you like animals and you keep them in cages and you're so cool. And I'm just like, you clearly are uneducated, but I'm not gonna waste my time. Honestly, no. I'm not saying that.
No, but like no.
You're just looking to argue.
Savage out here.
Because I've had that thought in the back of my mind just the tiniest bit, but then I'm like, my cousin, he loves animals too, and I'm like, so if there's a reason, like there's something that I don't get, and I just
hate when they're just like, oh, how could you say you love animals? Like, I went to school for this.
I
think I like animals.
Have you ever had any like protesters outside like your work, like saying like release them? Or
he was eating an In-N-Out burger at lunch.
Yeah, no,
he doesn't like animals.
Nothing that severe, but just these little comments like, how could you keep that animal?
Okay.
How could you say that? I'm like, I'm pretty sure I went to study this stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
True.
I think I know the thing. Anyways.
But proof positive that there are good cops, because I mean we got one right here in our midst, and we need more people like him on the force.
Thank you.
So that's why he did it, because we need some good guys in
He
there.
wants to improve the image.
Anyway.
Clean up the image.
Anyways,
So yeah, that's my spiel.
let's move on.
Let's hear it.
The man
So
himself.
Ernie,
Man, the myth, the legend.
how about that job?
So I work for UCLA.
Damn.
Wait, what?
He does.
Technically.
You.
Medical? Okay.
UCLA Medical.
No.
I got rejected from UCLA.
One of the many hospitals that they own, I guess.
Run.
Run.
Whatever.
Yeah, something. And I actually worked there with Julian a few months ago. Sucked.
Yeah, it sucks. It's
I
not
mean,
fun.
I don't know what to say. It's a hospital I'm dealing with.
Well, what do you do there? Basically.
Basically,
Yeah, give us a brief rundown.
Basically, he's just gonna say he does nothing.
Have you seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
this is hard. Okay,
I'm Cricket.
Just like what's on the description.
alright, I can say that. So I'm supposed to, count. I'm a cashier. Supposedly, that's my main title, but they put me to do a bunch of other crap. That's dumb. So I get there, I'm just ringing people up, doctors, people visiting their family, friends, nurses, the people who clean, maintenance workers, all them. And then you start dealing with the sick people. Again, it's a hospital, it's a county hospital. So these are people that don't really have that great of insurance. It's like their last ride, their last place to be. So these people are having like the worst days of their lives. They're dying of cancer. It's just not a great place to be. It's not a great environment all over. The only good part of it is like when you see families, they're really excited because they're having a kid. It's the best part of the day. Just talking to someone who's actually like genuinely happy. Other than that, it's not a great place to be. It's not a great place to work. And I've been there for 2 years now, and I've been applying other places, and it's hard, but it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't like your job. So what do you want to do instead? Just anything and everything?
This podcast, hopefully it takes off.
Only you
Only
can help
you.
Ernie. One subscribe.
Company,
One subscribe.
Get that merch going,
Get that merch going, get that Patreon. Just make money off making podcasts. Hopefully you like our content. But really, I want to be a pilot. It's always been my dream to fly, travel to different countries, stay there for a few days and then fly back or fly somewhere else. Get paid to travel, essentially.
Nice.
So then, at what point, like, you say you don't like it right now, right?
Like
Your
what?
job. You don't like your current job.
I don't.
So at what point would a different temporary switch be?
As soon as he gets another job. As soon as he
But do you have a
gets
preference?
Yes, I took a cinema class in college, like this past semester, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I've been applying at random movie studios, Warner Brothers, Paramount, as just like internships and assistants, just to get my foot in the door. I applied for Warner Brothers comic writer's assistant, which is just grunt work and data entry, but I'd be in that side of the DC and that whole outside of the.
Industry, yeah, that'd be cool, man.
And it's all about grunt work. You have to start at the bottom.
Yeah, you do.
Volunteered at so many places, dude. It adds up.
I mean, that would be a great place. I would love to do that job, even if it's remedial stuff, just data entry, putting in.
So working in the business then, like with filming,
I think
behind
so.
the scenes, you
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
One day.
One day.
Or podcasting,
Or podcasting.
making videos.
It's all up to you guys, like you said.
It's on you whether we are happy or not. So get to it.
You are defining Ernie's happiness or not.
But yeah, the hospital literally sucks. That's that's literally where we bring crazy people whenever we need to bring them somewhere. And we can't take them to jail, so we bring them to that hospital.
Really?
Yep.
Every crazy person.
Crazy people, people who want to kill themselves, all that good stuff. We bring them over there.
That's,
Okay.
wow.
So,
Well,
That's
then.
where I work. Every weekend.
yeah.
Every week I'm there. Say hi to me.
Go visit him.
Fuse.
Please don't.
Save yourself.
All right.
Use promo code FirePitChilling at checkout. You get a free water cup. All right. So, thank you, Jules. Thank you, Ernie. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Joey. This has been FirePitChilling. Hope you guys had a good time.
Catch you
See you in the
next
next
time.
one.